Okay, in this lesson we're going to have a quick look at the busstop method for division. I should warn you first of all that, well, this method depends on you knowing your times table very well, and obviously as the numbers get bigger the method becomes less and less usable, provided that you're really numerate, you got really good number knowledge. So we're going to stick to some simple ones for this one here. Let's look at our first problem. Very quick, very simple problem. This problem is really 28 divided by 4. We already know from looking at this that 4 goes into 28 7 times, so I'll just put my 7 on top here, and that's the answer to it. Now I'm going to make this just this little bit bigger. Okay, here we go. 64 divided by 4. So this question was really 64 divided by 4, like so. Alright, so here we go. This is how the busstop method works. I'm only going to start thinking about this 6 first. And I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 4 go into 6? Well, 6 is quite a small number. 4 only goes into 6 one time. If I take that 4 away from 6, I've got 2 left. So I'm going to take this 2 and I am going to make that 2 into a 20, representing 24. So once I've put that 2 there, that number is now 24. So that's my remainder, okay? Now I'm going to ask myself how many times 4 goes into 24. And because I know my times table, I know it goes into 24 6 times. There's no remainder left, and once there's no remainder left, I am done. So therefore the answer is 16. 64 divided by 4 is 16. Let's take it up a notch. Alright, so here we go. Well, you should already know, since I'm dividing by 5, I'm going to get a decimal because this number doesn't end with a 5 or a 0. So let's see how we do then. Well, I know 5 doesn't go into 1, but 5 goes into 18. So I ask myself, how many times does 5 go into 18? And it goes 3 times because I know 3 times 5 is 15. Now I've got a remainder of 3 because 15 plus 3 gives me 18. So I've got a remainder of 3. I'm going to put my remainder there and turn that number into now 37. And then I ask myself, how many times does 5 go into 37? Well, it goes 7 times, because 7 times 5 is 35. Now, I've got 2 left over, and I've got to do something with this 2 that's left over. So I'm going to write this 2 here. But notice that my 187 is now finished. I've got no more numbers. In this case now, you have to add a 0, and once you start adding zeros, you immediately need to put a decimal point in your answer straight away there. Now I say, how many times does 5 go into 20, which is this number here. How many times 5 go into 20? Well, it goes 4 times. Is there any remainder left? No. No remainder left, so no need to carry on. I am now finished. So therefore, I'm saying to you that 187 divided by 5 is equal to 37.4. Alright guys, so that's the busstop method for division. It's really good to try if you're dividing by a single number up front, but if the numbers start getting a little bit too much for you, best idea, use the chunking method, which you can also check out in another video I have done on chunking method for division. Alright, there we go. Hope this was helpful.